In this video, I'll show you how to use GarageBand's built-in effects and third-party AUv3 plugins in your GarageBand for iPhone projects. GarageBand for iPhone comes with 10 stock effects built in. I'll go over how to access and add them to a track first here. If you're only interested in using AUv3 apps, you can use the timestamps below to skip ahead. You can add GarageBand's stock effects to any track, though how many you can add will vary by track type. I can add up to 4 in this audio recorder track, whereas in this guitar amp track I can only add 1. GarageBand's stock compressor and visual EQ will always be present and cannot be removed, regardless of track type, as they're tied to the sliders found in the track settings menu. To get started, select the track you want to add an effect to, then hit the track settings button. In the sidebar that appears, tap on Plugins and EQ. In the Plugins and EQ menu, tap on Edit. If you have a patch or preset applied to your track, it may have some effects already loaded onto it. You can remove any of these by tapping on the red minus button next to the effect's name. To add an effect, tap on a green plus icon. In this menu, there are 2 tabs, Effects and Audio Unit Extensions. We'll get to the Audio Unit Extensions tab later in this video. In the Effects tab, however, is where you'll find all of GarageBand's stock effects. All of them are pretty self-explanatory, really. Chorus applies a chorus effect, and track reverb applies a reverb effect. All of these stock effects have controls that you can access or hide by tapping the chevron next to the effect's name in the list here. There are 2 types of AUv3 compatible apps that you can use in GarageBand: instrument apps and effect apps. Some examples of audio unit instrument apps would be AudioKit's J6 Synth 1, Blease's Monolith, or Baby Audio's BA1. To add an AUv3 instrument to your GarageBand project, create a new track if needed, then head to the sound browser. Make your way to the external section and tap on Audio Unit Extensions. Here you'll find a list of AUv3 compatible instruments that you have installed on your iPhone. If I pick Baby Audio's BA1 instrument app here, you'll see it load up in GarageBand with GarageBand's on-screen keyboard displaying on screen. I can access BA1's controls by tapping the arrow icons on the right-hand side above the keys. And when I'm ready to record, I do it the same way I would any regular GarageBand native instrument. The other type of AUv3 apps are effects. Examples of these include Aurora DSP's Goblin Guitar Sim, Eventide's Black Hole Reverb, and Calum Audio's Tape Cassette 2. Like GarageBand's stock effects, you'll be adding these AUv3 effects to an existing track. So in GarageBand's track view, select the track you want to apply the effect to, tap the Controls button, and then tap Plugins and EQ. Next, tap Edit, and you'll see some empty plugin slots appear. Again, how many you have available will depend on the exact track type you're working with. Tap a green plus icon, and you'll see a list of GarageBand's built-in effects. Tap the Audio Unit Extensions tab this time and select the audio unit you want to add. I'll add Baby Audio's Comeback Kid echo effect, and if I click on it in the plugin list, you'll see its interface appear. From here I can adjust all of its settings and parameters. Let me know what AUv3 instrument and effect apps you use in your GarageBand for iPhone projects in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, give that like button a wee tickle while you're down there. I really appreciate it. And if you're just getting started with GarageBand on your iPhone, watch this video next for more tips on how to find your feet fast.